The fog of your heavy breath is comforting as you bridle and hitch the caribou for another sled across the glacier's edge. The beasts are nervous after the last time, when a shake cracked the ice and split the team. You were lucky to only lose one, though Fritzen will be sorely missed. It was the training and loyalty of your animals, your team, that saved the rest of you. They'll do their job again. You must believe they will. The shakes have become more and more frequent, which are concerning enough, but now they are followed by snap thaws. At least that's what the elders call them. When you start sweating more than your layers ought to yield, or your breath can't be seen with scarf pulled down, that's when you don't know what to do. Watch for signs, you guess. This isn't part of the oral traditions. It isn't part of the hunter's histories. A strange new world sits right on top of your old one, invisibly layered, save for the increasing cracks that change the landscape, intersect the old routes, blind you to the ancient migration cycles. Decades of memorizing and intuiting, and it feels nearly for naught. You hitch your team, mount the sled, and stare out over the ice, barren and empty to all but the trained eye. You spur your team into the endless horizon, listening for any unusual rupture, feeling for any unwanted warmth, searching for any break in the skyline. Today you search for them again. The paths you hope are not truly bygone, but if need be, you will find paths anew. Roll a survival check.
Hey there, creatures, and welcome to Encounter This, a podcast exploration of the creatures from Dungeons & Dragons and the lore that surrounds them. Hello there, creatures, and welcome to another chilling episode of Encounter This, where my co-host Freeman, warm as a hug iced tin, will be taking me, James, cold to the touch kid, through the Remorhazes. If you want to follow along, that is in the Monster Manual on page 258.
Remorhazes.
Am I saying that right? Remorhazes? Or is it Remorhazes? Remorhazes?
I've seen a couple. I've actually seen even Remorhazes, though I don't like that.
Okay.
But Remorhazes, I would say, and then
Remorhazes.
Remorhazes, perhaps for plural. I'm not terribly fussed on that pronunciation either. Although it is pluralized with an es at the end, specifically. But yeah, the Remorhazes. This is a creature I've thought about looking at for a while, and because I feel like it just doesn't show up. It doesn't show up ever. I've never really seen it show up. Although I guess it's possible one could have at some point not long ago. It just maybe didn't. We'll get more into that.
Yeah, in your defense, you guys walked around quite a few of those encounters in Frostmaiden. There is a lot of them, and it just funny. Never really came to fruition. I prepped these creatures so many times because I want to run one real bad, but it just never ended up happening.
Well, they're a creature. I just, like I said, I don't feel like they come up. I've never heard anyone talk about them. I've always thought the artwork was pretty cool. They look dangerous, and I thought, why not? This would be a reasonably simple one to cover. I think no cultural lore in this one, as it's basically a giant frost centipede, for anyone wondering, and that's about the crux of it. But I'm gonna start with just the first paragraph actually from the Monster Manual, which just gives a nice little depiction. It says, "From beneath the snow and ice bursts a Remorhazes in a cloud of steam, its body pulsing with internal fire. Wing-like fins flare from the back of the creature's head, and its wide mouth brims with jagged teeth." So that sets the stage. This is they're also known as polar worms or ice worms. Although they're not really, they're worm-like-ish in the way that a centipede is, I suppose. but they're basically giant centipedes, and they are very much Arctic predators that primarily prey on animals like elk and polar bears, which gives you an idea of their size. And the adults often swallowing their prey whole, while the young like to gnaw and chew until they're large enough. These creatures are very much, like I said, Arctic predators. They basically burrow into the ice and snow and wait for faint vibrations to signal for the arrival of their prey. They basically have to stay. I'm going to skip ahead of my own notes here a little bit. They have to stay in winter climates because they have this insane internal temperature that's too hot for them to be in a more temperate climate. Essentially, it would kill them.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
So the Arctic has to like help regulate them in a way. So I mean, physically, they're basically they're like they have these tough, leathery wing like fins that are near the head and along the upper body, and their heads are insect-like with antennae like protrusions and bulbous eyes, and the bodies are icy blue and scaled with lined with dozens of legs, and they get up to about 40 feet or 12 meters in length. So they big.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I was really excited to run these creatures, because they are. I think they're huge.
Yes, they are. Yes, spoiler alert. Yes.
Also, this just in, it is pronounced Remorhazes or Remorhazes. D&D Beyond now has a little pronunciation thing next to the site. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Remorhazes.
Yeah,
I like
Remorhazes.
In addition to their icy, scaly blue body, along their back are a bunch of horns that actually glow a fiery orange from the energy of their inner fire. Said that that inner fire is supposed to be capable of melting all but the strongest metals. Should it come in like direct contact.
Okay.
So weapons not reinforced by magic were said to melt when they strike these superheated horns.
Okay, that reminds me of an X-Man, but I guess we'll go over.
Oh, sure.
Maybe okay. you touched on that in the cultural lore. I
can assure you I did not.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So the fact that they have to stay in these frigid climates, they also have a small amount of ability to like regulate their own temperature, because when they burrow into the ice and sand, they actually are able to lower their own temperature somewhat, so that it just doesn't just melt around them and expose them essentially. So they're able to reduce that heat to a degree, and probably based on distance, so that they don't actually just destroy their own cover by melting it.
Right.
But it's within reason, I guess, within fantasy reason.
Also known as GM discretion.
It should be said that there's very little information in the monster manual on these creatures, so I've picked a few extra tidbits from the Forgotten Realms wiki, which these creatures appear right from 1E, so right straight through, which is really cool. So there was just little tidbits of information from like the old Monstrous Manual and Monster Manual 2 and stuff like that.
And I'm looking at the art you've shared here, speaking of 1E, and they haven't changed really at all.
No, not really, eh? It's they're pretty consistent. The art styles are obviously very different, but the only real standout for me is that, in the 5e artwork, those horns are like a proper fiery orange. In the what I believe is the 3E and 4E shared art, where they're chasing like a dwarf or something.
I actually love that artwork.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The horns are more red, like more crimson almost, and then 1E's black and white, and then the 2E it's just there's no red or orange to be seen. But
1E doesn't even have horns. It's got like I'm sure they're supposed to be like scales, but they actually look like cephalopod suckers.
Yeah, it's just little suction cups along their body. Yeah,
yeah.
But still kind of neat to see a strong consistency throughout. We don't see that a lot.
Yeah, it's you're right. We don't see that a lot, and the 5e art is just incredible.
It is so good.
It does such a good job, like with the size of the tail and even the fade out of the coloring to really show you how big this creature is.
Yeah, they get the scale without the banana for scale. It's really good.
Yeah. What is it? The perspective is just fantastic. So that's 2 creatures in a row we've covered. Just wonderful 5e art at portraying the size of these creatures.
Yeah, pretty damn good. So aside from just being huge and hot, frost giants come in here a bit because they are known to send hunters out to scour the Arctic wastelands to find the nests of these Remorhazes to get their eggs. So the eggs are prized because they can be hatched or sold, and the young can be trained to guard their ice citadels or obey some commands. Although older editions do mention that they don't fully domesticate, so they still are wild innately, and are known to turn on their masters at any time. So they're guards, at a distance kind of thing.
Right. They're more like guard dogs, like not something you're going to pet and play with, but something you'll leave at the gates to give you a little bit of warning.
Yeah.
That also plays into Frost Maiden a little bit, but again, something you guys kind of sidestepped.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy.
It's such a wild adventure before chapter 5 because it's so it's so vast and there's so many different avenues you can choose. Like we could play the first 3 chapters of that book all over again, and it would come out totally different 4 or 5 more times.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Sandboxes are weird. I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love these little things, even though they're not given mechanical detail. But so the chitin of their scales is known to be used in crafting chitinous armor, and then they also have a secretion called thrym. It's THRYM. That was known to be used in alchemical creations that related to heat. So I like the idea that it's almost an essential ingredients of some kind, especially in the north. Despite the fact that these things would be extremely dangerous to hunt down, they might be vital to hunt down at the same time.
Like that's the reactive agent, alchemist fire or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
Cool.
So that's pretty much them. That's it. Although I have some notable cultural uses in this sort of D&D Forgotten Realms history and lore, which is kind of cool. So there was a tribe of northern barbarians living near what was called the Great Glacier, or the Glacier of the White Worm. And they were known as the Tribe of the White Worm. And they saw a white Remorhaz, which was albino. And they basically saw that as their totem beast and their spirit animal. So they all...
Oh.
Yeah, these barbarians, that the white worm was their spirit animal. It was really cool, I thought.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Monks of the Monastery of the Yellow Rose, also known as Citadel of the White Worm, who were worshippers of Ilmater, the Broken God, and his follower, St. Solars, the Twice Martyred. They were also situated on the glacier and used Remorhazes as a test for disciples, challenging them to ride them. So it was a really dangerous skill test, essentially. And here's a really neat one. So there was a unique settlement on the glacier known as Atitlak, which existed within a cavern instead of snow houses, which were more common, or mostly common. And this unique settlement, this little village, they managed to form a symbiotic relationship with Remorhazes. So they arrived in the cavern at some point, and having never heard of a Remorhaz, they found it infested with them and believed they were the physical manifestation of their god, how do I say this? Ulutiu. Ulutiu. I got a pronunciation guide there and everything.
I think you nailed it.
Okay. Thank you. So Ulutiu, also known as the Lord in Ice, aka the Eternal Sleeper. So they thought these were these manifestations of their god. And basically, they approached them, and the Remorhazes devastated them and started decimating their population. But they refused to believe it wasn't the case. So they went on offering them food and water constantly, despite getting completely destroyed all the time. And they even went out of their way to defend them from their own predators. Yes, these things have predators. There was a 2E only creature called a Tirichik, or something like that, or Tirichik, which was a dragon centipede-like creature, and was second only as a predator in the glacier to white dragons. So Remorhazes are basically third from the top. So these villagers went out of their way to defend these Remorhazes, and they even built fires to help keep the eggs warm and treated wounds from some of the Remorhazes with special poultices. Like, they went way out of their way. And eventually, it just, like, caused them to chill out and, like, learn to live in peace, and they thrive together. And only these villagers have this special relationship with this, like, group of Remorhazes. And they eventually developed a special saddle, so they actually do ride them and scout their own territory on the backs of these creatures.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, can you, so, like, as far as we as a society think, we believe that wolves made the choice to become domesticated because there was warmth and food. Like, it was their decision. It wasn't like we went out of our way to tame these creatures that could kill us.
Right.
But imagine instead of that, we decided that just bears were going to be our pets. And then they killed half of a village, and we were still like, no, you know what? God says trying. Bears are on our side. What a wild point of view.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's wild. I like to imagine the special saddle they have is like a cocoon kind of thing, because these things burrow. So they're like protected from the burrowing as they go through, but maybe it's some sort of like glass shield they can see through as well.
It's just like a sleeping bag zip tied to the back of a Remorhaz.
Pretty much. Oh, God. The big bladder of extra oxygen. Yeah.
There's your campaign idea for the day. Jurassic Park, but with Remorhaz.
So, in addition to all of that, I have there was apparently a unique variant from a different region known as an Opobokwo. I nailed that one. First try. Its body was not nearly as hot, and it was much smaller, so it was only about 10 feet or 3 meters. And it was hunted for its shell to fashion a very fast caribou sled, which I thought was fun.
What is a caribou sled? Is it a sled used to catch caribous, carry caribous, or pulled by caribous?
I would assume pulled by caribous, but that's pretty much how it was stated.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean that was my general assumption too, but also like maybe they just use that to drag the carcass of a caribou back to their settlement.
I mean, my brain went through the same hoops when I read it. So
right.
But I like the idea.
Vague, inspiring language.
Yeah. And from there, I just have an honorable mention. There was a creature known as Redworm, who was a half dragon, half Remorhaz of enormous size, and it was tasked with guarding the portal in Choshain, whatever it's called, which is one of the seats of power in the ancient Jotun Empire of Giants. It was basically spawned when a Remorhaz fertilized the eggs of an eccentric red dragon known as Isindalix. But that's about all I have on that topic.
Okay, Remorhaz are capable of cross-species breeding.
Apparently.
Interesting. Or I guess dragons are. It would make more sense that dragons are, because they have all that shape-changing ability. Okay, weird. But strangely appropriate.
Yeah, I think the cool thing that I only dove a little bit into, but I don't remember much of it. It was the whole portal thing. I was like, what's the portal? And it's just like one of like, you know, we've sort of touched on it here and there, I think, where these big ancient hidden portals that were, you know, actually allowed you to traverse like planes or to different destinations such as other planets in the solar system and that sort of thing. I think we touched on that.
I'm just picturing the Bifrost from the Thor movies.
There you go. Yeah, why not? That's
cool. I like that.
Yeah. Beyond that, I've got I tried to look up some fun facts with centipedes. I'm not gonna lie, not okay. Very interesting.
I'm also terrified of them.
Oh, are you? Yeah. Largest known in the world is indigenous to South America, and it's about 12 inches in length.
Yeah, that's 30 centimeters.
30 centimeters, yeah. And the largest fossil ever found was a millipede, a massive millipede in northern England, which was 8.2 feet long.
Yeah, it was. There's an old giant snake, and that was the prey of this giant snake. It's like
crazy.
Titanoboa.
Oh yeah. Titanoboa. Yeah, but that's all I got. That's it. That's all. Tell me about X-Men.
Oh, thank you for not showing me any pictures of centipedes.
Yeah, I mean they are creepy, but yeah, I was kind of like, huh. If there was one kicking around that was like meters long in today's world, I probably would have posted something. But a foot, cool.
I don't think I would have been able to handle it. I have this thing against all vespids, and centipedes are pretty high on that list. Yeah, so what made me think of this is there's I think he's an instructor now, but he's always kind of been like a third or a fourth tier X-Man, starting in, I believe, the New Mutants. His name's John Stormare. Is he
related to Peter?
X-Man name? No. But Peter could play him.
That'd be great.
So he's like this English. I think he was supposed to be Marvel's answer to John Constantine. He's like this English punk rocker who was at one point a musician.
Okay.
But then when his mutant power manifested, what his body heats up so aggressively, he discharges like this plasma, and it blew off his face. So like whenever you see like photos of him, he's always wearing this cloth because it comes out of between his lower chin and his chest.
Okay. Please tell me you have a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, he's a really, really weird character. He had limited series in the early 2000s just called Chamber, and it was really good.
Cool.
And it's about him losing his mutant powers and like him just not having part of his torso anymore.
Yeah.
Because it just blew straight off, and it's this plasma energy that's keeping him alive. Like it exploded out his lungs and his heart and shit like that. It's really neat.
That's wild.
It's a really cool story. Yeah, here's a picture of him without his powers active.
Oh, weird. Can he even speak?
Yeah.
He's got no lower jaw.
No, he's telepathic. Yeah. Yeah, he telepathy is one of those things.
Lucky.
Yeah, I don't know if that was part of his mutation or if that was something that developed later, but it's like a weird combination of the Summers voice and Gambit's powers. Like it's really unique, and he's one of those guys that always captured my interest, but they never really did anything with. But I'm looking at these images, and it looks like at some point he became a Horseman of the Apocalypse. So I need to find those books.
Neat. Well, here's a couple more Remorhazes pictures that give some nice scale as well. There's one there from Monster Manual 2. It's really cool.
Those are beautiful. Yeah. The face is gnarly.
Yeah. Here's a really cool like faux artist rendition, I guess. It kind of looks like Japanese artwork almost.
Oh yeah,
and
it looks like the hero with the, I don't know what that is. A halberd is facing away from the Remorhazes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Sticking with the pointy end anyway. Are you familiar with Gale Force 9?
I am. I'm very familiar with Gale Force 9.
And can you explain what that is?
So Gale Force 9 was originally a you mean the company, right?
I think so. I don't really know. That's why I'm literally asking you because I don't know.
Okay, so originally Gale Force 9 was a company that just did they produced supplements for 5e, not like adventures, but like stuff. So they did spell cards. So the spell cards we have and the item cards, those are all Gale Force 9.
Like paraphernalia.
Eventually Wizards. Yeah. So eventually Wizards bought them, and they do spell cards. They do item cards. They do monster cards. They have a hand in the miniature game as well. So Wizards does these pre-painted minis, and they're done by Gale Force 9.
Cool.
But I think now they're a subsidy of Wizards.
Well, here's
they did some awesome stuff in the
here's
past.
a picture of their mini for the Remorhazes. I thought you'd really like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun one.
So good.
They do the unpainted line, or so they do the painted minis. There's an unpainted line that's by another sub company called WizKids.
Okay.
And I think those are actually molded by Reaper, but I don't actually know. But yeah, Gale Force 9, they do all kinds of cool D&D supplement stuff.
Sweet, cool, good to know. I don't buy things.
Well, you bought those the magic item cards.
Oh yeah, I did get those a long time ago. Yeah, and then I just left them at your place.
Yep, they're sitting right over there. You can see them.
Yeah,
they're on the top shelf there.
Oh yeah, look at that beauty.
Yeah.
All right, well that's the old Remorhazes.
Cool. It was simple, but I've always had a soft spot for these creatures. I think they're so terrifying, and I want to run them so bad.
Let's talk about what it would be like to run them after we crack something that warms my cockles on the winter night. A nice blackmail stout.
Yeah, so I am a trash person. So today I'm actually drinking a trash panda. Because my local liquor store did not. So listeners, I just recently moved, but our local liquor store does not carry blackmail currently. So
you should write an angry letter about that.
I would, but I don't actually like going to that liquor store. And I live like 6 blocks from the brewery now, so I can just ride my bike down
That's
there.
True.
I didn't get around to
fresh
it.
Fresh out of the container. Right out of the steel.
Next time I'll have it right from the brewery, I promise.
You get yourself growlers now. That'd be great.
Yep. Yeah. I got a growler from Electric Bike on my way home from work the other day.
Nice. I lived like down the road from Brass Neck. I don't know why I don't go there often enough.
Because it's fine.
Yeah. It's just convenient though. It's decent. Well, some of them are decent.
That's fair. You live down the road from like all of the breweries.
That's true.
So Electric Bike, Brass Neck. 33 doesn't do growler fills anymore, which is crazy.
Do they not?
No, I went in there the other day to get a growler of darkness, and that's how I ended up at Electric Bike, is because they don't do growler fills at all.
Yeah, just getting worse and worse news about that brewery as the years go on. But before we slander anybody, let's get into the whole mechanics here.
All right. Take me through the Remorhazes.
Okay, so we technically have 2 stat blocks here. But
say what?
Say what? James knew this was coming already because Rime of the Frost Maiden. But we have a young Remorhazes.
Always a good time to throw in a Clone High reference.
The young Remorhazes and just the adult Remorhazes, essentially. And they're very similar. There's not much going on here. So young Remorhazes, we'll start off. Do you see our guess? You probably already know, don't you?
I do know. Yeah, it's quite low. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a CR5 for a young creature. That's pretty all right, in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's not high.
Yeah, I don't remember what dragonlings are, but I think they're in that neighborhood.
Yeah. So CR5, HP 93 or 11d10 plus 33 if you like. Speed of 30, burrow 20. AC 14 with natural armor. They are large, so it's a big baby.
Cool.
Yep.
I didn't expect that for some reason.
They big. I love the idea of you fighting one of these and you're like, oh, this is a Remorhazes, and then it kind of you fight it and it's holy shit, that was big. I'm scared. And then an even bigger one comes out. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, that one was a baby. This one's gonna kill you now.
That's actually how that part in Frost.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. You stumble. Spoilers. You stumble on a Remorhazes nest.
Love it. All right, so large type is monstrosity, alignment unaligned, no surprise. It's basically just an animal. No languages. It is immune to cold and fire. And dark vision 60 feet, tremor sense 60 feet, passive perception 10. It's got a big beefy strength at 18. Otherwise, everything else pretty middling. That means con's okay. Intelligence is right in that animal vein of 3 with a -4. Same with the charisma. So on and so forth. Ability that has is heated body, so anything that touches or melee attacks within 5 feet, so a reach weapon can actually avoid this. You take 2d6 fire damage straight up, and then it bites.
I think every player that's able should just take a reach weapon.
Yeah, seriously, they're few and far between in 5e though. There aren't many available.
No, that's true.
They have a bite attack +6 to hit, 3d10 +4. Plus 2d6 fire. That's a big hit for CR5. So
I didn't expect the fire damage on the bite, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. Anything melee happening basically is fire. So that's a really big max damage hit if you get it. What's that like?
Yeah, and
12
their
plus
HP
4,
is
16,
no such either.
You're like 46 damage or something like that on max.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the young Remorhazes in a nutshell. Very simple. The adult boosts way up to CR 11, so it's a big jump.
Okay.
And HP is 195 or 17d12 plus 85, if you please. I don't know why I wrote these ones down this time.
Hit us up on Twitter if you actually roll 17d12.
And then do the math. Speed and burrow is the same. AC is 17 with natural armor. They are huge, as you said. Monstrosity unaligned. Cold and fire immunities. Dark vision, tremor sense, all the same. Strength goes way up to 24 with a +7. Cons at 21 with a +5. Everything else is basically the exact same. They also have heated body, again within 5 feet. It is a 3d6 as opposed to 2d6, which doesn't seem like a huge jump given the huge CR increase. And
yeah, it's still pretty dangerous though.
Oh yeah, no.
Like every time you hit it, you get 3d6 of fire damage. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. They also have a bite with a +11. This is a 10-foot reach for them. So 6d10 +7 +3d6 fire. So that's a big hit.
Yep.
And then this is where they get really dangerous, and we've covered this a few times, which if they bite you, they can grapple you. It's a DC 17 escape check. You are restrained, and the Remorhazes can no longer bite another creature. However, it can try to swallow you.
Awesome.
So we got the old swallow mechanics again. So while you are grabbed, it has to make another bite attack, and it still deals the bite damage if it succeeds, and then it swallows you. You're blinded, restrained, and have total cover against anything outside of the creature. And at the start of the Remorhazes' turn, you take 6d6 acid damage. Escaping involves 30 plus damage in a single turn from inside the creature. And then it takes a DC 15 con save to regurgitate you or not.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
that is not in the PC's favor. That is like
no,
less than a flat
it's really
check.
not. It's got a
crazy.
+5 to that check to a DC 15 check.
That's what I mean.
So
Yeah, like a 50% chance is 11. So like that's it's like a 65% chance that you're gonna make that toss. That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you get swallowed down, blah blah blam, and it's a huge creature. So I'm in the camp of. There's a pretty good chance this thing could swallow multiple of you. That being said, it's probably maybe not too hard to deal 30 damage at level 11 from inside. Although
no, and I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
It's just like 30 damage on a single turn.
Yeah.
And then the Remorhazes has to make a check where there's 65% chance of success. Like that's wow.
Yep.
That's so much damage.
Yeah. And that's the Remorhazes in a nutshell right there. They're big and brutal and attack, swallow.
So if you get hit twice, right, to get the swallow.
Basically, yep. But you're grappled for the second hit. So
right. So each one of those damages maxes out at 85. So that's 170 damage if you hit max on both rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's inside of you. And then at the start of your turn, it's another 60.
The start of the Remorhazes' turn.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's another maxing out at 66, or 36. Like that's crazy.
Yep.
That's so much damage.
So much damage. Yeah, it's brutal. It could end someone pretty quick if you rolled right.
Yeah, so my advice is don't run one of these at a time. Run 2 of these.
Death to the PCs.
Right. Well, hear me out here. Like, so at level 11, AC 17 isn't going to be too hard to hit.
Mm-mm.
You might be able to buy yourself a round or two if nobody does a knowledge check, and your blaster blasts off a fire or an ice spell, because those are 2 big damage dealers. Especially if you're looking at a giant. That's my point.
Okay.
So you might be able to buy yourself a round if somebody throws a fireball, because that's one of your big damage dealers. And when you look at this thing, it's coming out of the ice. It looks like it's cold, like it's blue.
Right.
So like, the color implies that it would be weak to fire. It comes out of an Arctic. So my first guess as a sorcerer would be to throw fire at this thing.
Right. Yeah.
So you buy yourself a round from the blasters.
The only hint they have is the red horns on the back, or the fiery horns, but they're
Right.
not fire.
Yeah.
They're just glowing.
So you buy yourself a round from the blasters, theoretically. That means you only have, a melee and maybe a DPS character to worry about. Your melee character is going to get bit first time the Remorhazes goes, because that's just how you run that combat. Then your DPS is just hanging out in the back, and if you close that gap with a 20-foot burrow, because 5 you can move in whatever order you want. You pop out, your next turn you bite, and even with it in its mouth, there's no rules against you burrowing 20 feet down.
Right.
and then you pop out again. Like, so that's one round you've already theoretically bought yourself before anybody can even really get any damage off. You might get hit by two of a four character party, depending on how initiative's rolled. And AC 17 is, it's easy enough to hit at that level, but it's also, for some other characters, is going to be quite difficult. So I think you could theoretically get a round in and maybe even take a character out of the combat before they even really start dealing damage to you.
It's so dangerous.
So I would run 2.
Really put them through their paces.
Well, I would add the second one further along in the combat, probably with a lower HP. Run the first one at max HP and then run the second one at the recommended HP. Yeah. But, add it in 2 or 3 rounds in when the first Remorhazes is bloody, to borrow parlance for you. But that way they then have to divide their attention. Because if you just focus on one creature that's, burrowing up and burrowing down, it's going to go away very quickly. But if another one just pops out and eats your DPS or your caster, like at the back of the battle, like, oh, that could be such a fun combat. It would be dangerous for the players, but you as a GM have all the fiat in the world, and you can just decide you're not going to kill players today. You're going to, just make their life difficult. But it would be so much fun to play with the terrain and the traversal of the burrowing.
What if you had
to just have another one pop out halfway through Tremor style?
Like, what if you had some frost giants hanging out with this thing, and they're as likely to be bitten and swallowed as the party?
That'd be fun too.
Yeah, you got 2 of these pop up, but it's that they're defending, a frost giant camp or something like that, and then like the frost giants come at you
mid combat.
Yeah.
Or you're like mid combat with the frost giant, and the combat, the sounds, the tremors of the combat is what disturbs the Remorhazes and alerts you to your presence.
Yeah.
Halfway through the frost giant combat, these 2 Remorhazes come out. They just start attacking both sides.
Yeah. You could have like the frost giants going off different like signal horns or something from the camp. It's like, hey, we're being attacked, and then the next one is like, back up, like the Remorhazes are coming, and maybe the PCs roll a knowledge check to like to understand what those sounds are and what they signals are. That could be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, I love that. I think this would just be like a fun little one shot to run, or like, throw it in the middle of your ice campaign. These creatures are cool, and they seem like they would pack a much bigger punch than a CR11 would, especially if you play them smart.
Yeah. The only thing I thought was a little bit off, I mean, it's typical, but I would change it slightly, is it's just pure acid damage inside the Remorhazes, which makes sense. Stomach acid, that's usually the case with swallow things, but the whole lore is like they have a massively hot internal fire, so I would make some of that fire damage as well. But that's about it. That's all I really have.
You could probably just make it all fire damage, and I don't think it would be an issue. Like it's
do 3d6
you don't need
of each.
acid.
You can do it half. Like
it's
really for the. I mean, 1, lore, and 2, like maybe someone will have some resistance to one of them at least, and give them a small chance, but it's not that likely. But it's there. Acid's
such a pervasive damage type that unless you're like one of the 2, I think it's green and brass dragon, like you're not really gonna have DR or any sort of resistance to acid. So
yeah, it's pretty rare unless you're casting like, an energy resistance spell specifically for that or something like that, right? You're more likely to have
and that would be such an off case. Yeah.
But
yeah, I like it.
That's what I got. That's the Remorhazes.
That's fun. I'm so mad that you guys didn't trigger the combat. Like, it could have been so cool. But, maybe I'll just throw one in for the hell of it somewhere else.
Do it.
Yeah, why the fuck not? It's my game.
There's like, you're like running a jungle campaign. There's a permafrost for some reason underneath the jungle, and the Remorhazes comes out of it.
I mean, the jungle could be under the permafrost to steal another thing from the X-Men, the Savage Land.
Oh, it's big brain time now.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is just steal shit from the X-Men.
Yeah.
It works. You got anything else?
That's it for me.
Right on. Well, if you liked this episode, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/encounterthis. $5 a month will get you a handwritten thank you letter and usually some other goodies. And for $10 a month, if you really like the show, you can suggest a creature. Maybe you want us to start down that dark road of dragons and their fluid sexuality. Or maybe you don't. If you just want to get a hold of us and you want to tell us that you actually roll for the hit points instead of just shouting into your earbuds, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at EncounterPod or Instagram at encounter.pod. And if you want to check out some of our past episodes, another episode that starts with R is the Rakshasa and one of my favorites and most embarrassing moments. You can find all of our previous episodes ad-free at encounterthis.ca or on your podcatcher of choice. And if you have the time, rate and reviews really do help. It helps new people find us. It moves us up placement in stores, even if it's just one review or even if it's just one rating. Throw a 1 star up there. I'm sure it'll be fantastic or hilarious.
Yeah, guys, we're kind of a big deal, but we just need you to tell other people that too.
Right. You need to tell other people that we're a big deal. And I did just want to throw out that on Friday, October 14th, I will be participating in a Pathfinder 2e charity game for Casa de Coulars, an LGBTQIA migrant refugee shelter. So it's a brand new charity. This is their first ever outing, and I have been lucky enough to have been invited to play in one of the games. So we'll have more information about that on our socials when it gets closer to the day. But keep your eyes and ears open for that. It will all be live streamed on Twitch, so if you want to see my fantastic mustache live and on your screen, I'm sure I will still have it on my face.
If I'm able to, I'll be in that stream chatting away while it's going on.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have you hang out and chill with us. And we'll make sure the date and the time of that game is more prevalent, and I will be playing with some pretty big deal guys out there. There's some great content creators like Trevor from Roll for Intent will be playing with us, and with GM Alex from Inspired Incompetence, and Cam from Frag will be running the game. So look out for hopefully some auditory familiar faces if you guys are into actual plays. So I am the only one who is not technically representing an actual play. I will be representing... Oh no, I will be.
No, this is the one that's not the actual play, James. It's the other one.
Right.
The other one is...
Right. So I will be representing Uncharted North, our 2e actual play, and Encounter This, which is great. And we would love to see some of you creatures in the chat hanging out with us. So until next episode, where we are going to have another dual stat block and possibly a return to Greece, which is news to me.
What?
We will catch you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My next creature has Greek origins, apparently.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, stay tuned for that one, guys.
Yeah.
Weird.
So we will. You'll hear from us again in 2 weeks, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Hug someone.
If you feel like it, I guess.